So there are a bunch of regulations coming out from SEBI. And one of them, very importantly, is this, which is SEBI striking Finfluencers. Now, striking is a very strong word, and I do have some opinion on it. There's some interesting news articles that I want to talk about. I don't think I fall under that category at all. I mean, A, I don't have a subscriber base large enough, and it would be great help if you can subscribe and contribute to growing that base. B, my intention is purely academic and educational. I teach Python and technology, and that's what my forte is. I am not an expert at doing and recommending stock or talking about them at all. While I might get in the future of doing more deeper analysis using AI, talking about a little bit strategies, but don't think I will ever end up on a side where I'll recommend something, take money for it, and all of that. So that's not the intent. This is not a channel where I intend to do that. And the forward of the conversation is free flowing. So if you're new to the channel, please do hear me out, or it will probably be a short video. Now, why I think this is a good step is because I have consumed a lot of finance content, and I feel bad at saying that about 80-90% of them are useless. I have done a previous video why we should stop watching these kind of videos, and I'll put the link above. And I think my intent is not to say they are useless from a perspective of the videos themselves. They are useless by propagating a lot of negative thought. By listening, you get fear of missing out, you get influenced by some certain kind of stock without understanding really personal finance at all, or without understanding the risk associated with investing in markets. Yeah, there's a general notion that stock market gives you best returns, but I think chasing returns are not the goal for life from any perspective, right? You should be able to understand your finances better to be able to use that. So it's a good decision by SEBI because 95-97% of the people fall trap to that, unfortunately. And that's very not a good thing. I think people losing money is not good. And a lot of times brokers or organizations would partner with these influencers, and there'll be some sort of recommendation moving up, moving down of stocks, and that could cause money losses basically for retail investors. So that's one part of the problem. All right, actually, that's the better part where the regulatory is helping out. Now, the sad part is that it's not very clear. It still seems to be a very large whip on the entire horizontal, and it doesn't get into defining it very well. There's a very fine line, and unfortunately, the rule that they are bringing in might not actually solve the problem they intended to solve. While the new rule says that the persons regulated by the board and agent of any such person shall not have any association, like any transaction involving money or money's worth, referral of a client, interaction of information technology, or any other association of similar nature or character, directly or indirectly, with any other person who directly or indirectly provides advice or recommendation or makes any implicit or explicit claim of return or performance in respect to related to security or securities, unless permitted by the board to which such advice recommendation came. Now, this is a very finely written line, and it literally is a hammer on top of everything. Now, what does it mean in practice that anybody who gives investment advice cannot work even implicitly with any regulated bodies? That does not impact me, and I think it's a good thing that there's a line being drawn there. However, the problem is this doesn't solve really those people who are making tall claims about chalo ye FNO kar lo, ye scalping kar lo, is type se paise ban jayenge and all of that. So I think regulatory aside, I personally feel that it's very important for you, or if anybody else who's interested in making money in markets, is actually to spend time learning and watching educational content. I don't claim that this is the only channel you should watch. This is probably one of the last channels you should watch, given that automation and technology comes probably towards the last end of this whole cycle. First, understand money, understand personal finance, understand how to make money in markets, learn the risks associated with this, and then get into stock filtering, and then comes the strategy and all the technology bit. All right. So that's there. Now, however, the concern has been around mis-selling products, which is very given and understandable. So there's a lot of things in the past where people have recommended, like in May, SEBI barred a PR Sundar of influencer with over 1 million followers on YouTube from security market for 1 year, and he had to pay a fees of 6 crores and all of that. So that's also not good. And I think there's much more. There's a lot of fake Telegram accounts and profiles of made of good people, good influencers who actually teach personal finance. This is also a good time where the regulatory body is drawing line. Otherwise, the whole blanket term where some of them were actually teaching personal finance, getting how to manage your money and talking about that was discussed versus getting into market. So there's some sort of line being drawn. But to conclude, here's what I'll say. There can definitely be more well-defined rules around it, well-defined guides to control define this. Controlling or policing social media or governing is a very difficult challenge. Yeah, good direction from the government. However, it still feels short is what I feel. Doesn't address or doesn't get into addressing how some of people are influencing by teaching stocks, doing live trades and all of that. There has to be some rules associated with that. And yeah, only time will tell what will come. Or does it impact me? I don't think so. It does. A not within that domain, and I'm purely academic. I don't get into talking about stocks. So please continue to subscribe to my channel if you're not. I'm going to teach Python for financial engineering. That's essentially going to explain you how to automate your trades, how to use technology for leveraging things, for assessing data, how to build in your own data sets, how to use AI and all of that. That's what I do. Join in the member community if you are interested in getting access to all of the code, etc. Until next video, bye bye.